Monica. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Welcome to the online meeting of Speakers Community Toastmaster Club. I am pleased to be your Sergeant at Art for today's meeting. In this online meeting of environment, there are few instructions that we follow. I request you to rename yourself. All Toastmaster can prefix TM to your name, and guest can prefix as a guest. I also request all the speakers and role holders to prefix their role to their name so that it is easy to identify them. I give you 10 seconds for this activity. All speakers are requested to do a quick audio video check before they start their speech. Tech host will confirm on the settings. I would request you not to type in a chat box when the speaker is speaking, as it disturbs the speakers. You can provide a private chat. You can use the private chat to provide a feedback. You all are requested to keep your audio on mute in case you aren't speaking. Please refrain from unnecessary movement. Please turn off the video in case you need to do so. Do not click on the share screen unless your speech or role required you to do so. You can display hi-fi or namaste when taking over or leaving from a role. You can connect with the tech master for any technical glitch. The tech master for the today's meeting is Toastmaster Monica. If you are a speaker, then please ensure you pin the timer and confirm that the same is visible all the time. This meeting is being recorded. In case you have any reservations, please let us know. You can network during the break or after the meeting. Let me share the mission of the club. We provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communications and leadership skill, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Our presiding officer of the club is a shining example of the adaptability. I greatly admire her ability to fostering the inclusivity within our club. I welcome presiding officer, Miss Monica, to take you through the further proceeding. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rupal, for the guidelines, meeting guidelines, and the mission club. Without any further delay, let me open the Speakers Community Toastmasters Club 1110 meeting open. Today, we are having an educative session on evaluation. So today we are not having a table topic. So session gonna divided into 3 sessions that will be introduced by our Toastmaster of the day. Today, I encourage everyone to participate and enjoy the session thoroughly. Today we are having many guests. So I would like to have Toastmaster Vasundhara. Please give your introduction. You're on mute.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I am Vasundhara Okde, a Hindustani classical music guru and used to be a singer. I'm a senior citizen now, so I do not perform so much. But I'm a founder member of Swardhara Music Educational Company, through which we have taken up our music literacy mission, that we want every person on this earth to receive the benefits of music. And because music has umpteen benefits and there's you cannot count them, but it is difficult to reach it to everyone, because generally we gurus, as I am a guru, I used to teach only a few students and our reach is not too much. But now through Swaradhara company, we have developed a very interesting, technologically sound app through which in a wonderful way we are reaching music to everyone, and our methodology is implemented in so many schools in Mumbai, and I'm in Hyderabad as well. About 25,000 school students and other individuals are learning classical, Hindustani classical music through our methodology, because our app has a textbook in itself and the teacher and the learners track. So that is our effort. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. At this age, it's a very inspiring and very motivating thing that you have a company and like importance of music in our life.
Yes,
So
thank you.
The next we are having guest Toastmaster Kalpana. Please introduce yourself. Okay, I think she's facing some network issue. So we are having Toastmaster. Is it Toastmaster Deepak? Hi, Toastmaster Deepak.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Toastmaster Monica. I'm Toastmaster Deepak from, actually, I'm a member of the Ignal Toastmaster Club. And I guess I have taken participation in a speaker's Toastmaster Club like in the last two months before as a tabletop master role. I joined today's meeting, like it's a special meeting. It's a very pleasure to watch the Avinash about the evaluation session. So looking forward to like great meetings from this club. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Deepak, for joining. Even thank you for the Toastmaster Shweta to join the club. She is always in our meetings. Thank you, each one of you. Now let's start.
Excuse me, Monica. Can I introduce now?
Kalpana
has
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. When you were introducing me, I was facing a technical glitch here, so that's why I joined through my phone. So hello, everybody. It's been a pleasure. It's my pleasure to come here. I was always wanting to join one such session. And my name is Kalpana Nalla. I'm a visiting faculty at NMIMS in Jagcherla in Hyderabad, teaching communicative English to the School of Pharmacy first-year students. And I am also interested in music, dance, art, and I'm a national executive member of SPICMECE, which is Society for Promotion of Indian Classical Music and Culture Amongst Youth. Apart from that, I am a member of the Research Center, EduTech and SkillsTech at Centurion University of Technology and Management, which is the first skill-based university of the country. And extremely happy to be with all of you. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kalpana. It's great to have you all today. So without any further delay, like considering the time, let's move to the next session. Now I would like to hand over to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Kalpana.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Monica. And without ado, I think we will be jumping straight into the foyer. into the foray of being. I am continuing our education session. I'm just trying to gather myself as I've been multitasking. Just give me a second. None other than Avinash. I think we all know him, right? We all are very, very much aware of distinguished Toastmaster Avinash. And he has always supported this club, and it is with great gratitude that I enjoy not just his education sessions, but the fact that he reaches out and does touch so many lives when it comes to becoming a great Toastmaster. Let me tell you a little about his journey. He is the founder of Training Influence, coach, learning and development consultant with more than 15 years of experience. He has been a passionate Toastmaster for the past 7 years. He has won many accolades, including 2 district championships, District 98 Humorous Speech Contest in 2020, District 98 Table Topics Contest in 2022, and he was the first runner-up at District 98 International Speech Contest 2023. A huge round of applause, and the applause shouldn't stop, okay? He has conducted over 200 educational sessions in Toastmasters in India and abroad on crafting speeches, impromptu speaking, and adding humor to speeches since the year 2020. Today, we have him among us, and let us take this advantage and take the learning from him. Today's agenda is something like this, a very brief on what we are going to follow today. First, there will be an education session by distinguished Toastmaster Avinash. After the education session, we will be moving on to the normal segment of an ordinary meeting, that is prepared speeches. All right, we have organized a playground where we do have a test speaker. So stay tuned in for Avinash tips and tricks. Yeah, then we will be having a test speaker. This is for the benefit of some of my members who are new, and post that you all can volunteer for evaluations. Numbering for the evaluations will be given to all of you on the spot. There is going to be a breakout room which my Zoom master Monica is going to create, and except for the very first speaker, rest of them will be directed to the, yes, to the breakout room. So without any further ado, I'm sure the rest hand-holding will definitely done by DTM Avinash. In case I have missed out anything, Zoom Master Monica, I request you to highlight DTM Avinash. And the stage, virtual stage, Avinash is all yours. A huge round of applause. And let us step into learning.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kalpana. Thank you for this warm welcome. When Toastmaster Kalpana said, we all know Avinash, and the strange feeling went through my, oh my God, again? Is he speaking again today? What is happening? Recently, I had this fortune or misfortune of understanding that I go to so many clubs that now people say, no, not Avinash, bring someone else. So I believe that I need to, try to find out different ways to reach people, because the currently the way I'm trying to reach people, maybe it's not going in the right direction. But I feel that today will be a very good session, a special session. We have 2 great educators today, and I'm so in gratitude and so in awe of their achievements. Guest Kalpana and guest Vasundhara, thank you so much for gracing the occasion. In fact, it feels so good. I also wanted to be someone who could sing classically, but unfortunately I couldn't learn. But I'm a great enthusiast, and I look forward to interacting with both of you during this session. So today's session is about speech evaluations, what we call feedback for the speeches. I would love if you are interactive in this session, because I don't believe in the death by PowerPoint. So I will just be speaking with you. I'll be communicating my ideas sharing with you. And I would want to know what is your idea of how to go about sharing feedback, or a structured way of evaluation that we do. Now, if you can, do switch on your camera, because it's good to see beautiful, handsome faces, and I get to know a lot when I see the expression. So if I see like this, then I know that, oh, something is going wrong, drastically wrong with my session, and I can course correct, right? That's why I just need to see your expression. That's why there is no hidden agenda. Now, when you talk about speech evaluations, I just wanted to know quickly, with respect to Toastmasters speeches, how many of you have given more than 5 evaluations? Can you? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and how many of you have given more than okay, distinguished Toastmaster Ramanathan and distinguished Toastmaster Pinky, you don't count, right? Okay, so it's like your hundreds of evaluations. So when you talk about speech evaluations, there is a particular way of going about doing it. Recently, I learned a lot from a lot of veteran Toastmasters, what you call senior Toastmasters, who have been through this journey. And what I learned from this particular interaction with different Toastmasters is that there are two different distinct things when you talk about speech evaluations. But I want to know from you, what is that you think, according to you, is speech evaluation at Toastmasters? What exactly, it can be the way you go about it, or your idea of what speech evaluations are at Toastmasters. So anyone can share their your idea of what a Toastmaster speech evaluation is. I'm going specifically with Toastmaster speech evaluation, because I'll come to everything else later. Anyone, what is your idea, or what is speech evaluation to you? Yes, distinguished Toastmaster Pinky, please go ahead.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Avinash. So for me personally, I believe evaluation, sometimes we are very lazy, right? But evaluation is something which forces me to observe, which forces me to listen, and which forces me to learn. And of course, help the speaker. Like help them, where they are good and where we together can improve. So that's evaluation for me.
Okay, 3 times forcing and 1 time, helping the speaker. So nice, great. So nice to know that. What else? Anyone else? Vasudev, he's all ready to speak. I can just feel it was just coming out of his mouth. Come on, Vasudev, what do you feel?
What I was going to say is that, like, analogically speaking, just like how too much sugar is also a bad thing, and you need a little bit of other flavors as well, right? So it's just good speeches is not enough. Someone to tell you it was good, but this is where you missed. You need to be careful. You need to, you can think about in these lines and improve yourself is needed, and that's what makes it makes it important part of the meeting. And that's why, like, the whole meeting itself gets evaluated, right? Not just the speeches, because you need that direction to improve further.
Thank you, a great Mary Poppins fan. Thank you so much for sharing that. I will share that in detail, what exactly he was trying to say. But any last one who wants to just take a shot at what evaluation is to you?
So may I?
Yes.
Yes, Satya.
Sorry, you proceed, please.
No. One more he said, and I'm part of the group. So you go ahead. Satya, the platform is yours.
Thank you. Kang. So as for me, it's helping the speaker and the entire forum that is witnessing, or later on through different media will witness the speech, with the intention to improve 2 things, 3 things to be specific. What went well with the speaker, what doesn't went well, and what could be better. These three aspects to make that speaker from this level to this level in very short feedback and evaluation.
And that, my dear friends, is called Satyavachan. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Satya. Exactly what I needed to hear, that what can help the speaker, right? So we are all in the contest mode. What happens is sometimes in this contest mood, we try to outsmart the process. We try to be impressive. So having to analyze is a good thing, but adding a lot of quotes in the evaluation, that is just next level. So I will tell you what to do, what not to do, according to what the essence and the spirit of evaluation is all about. Winning contest is a different ball game altogether. So we'll discuss both the aspects. Let's now quickly go to what are the two specific things which I wanted to share today. Now, one is the specific tools that you need with respect to evaluations. What is technically sound? What you need to focus on with respect to speech mechanics, right? And the other part is, how are you delivering it? Okay. And what is your own thinking behind or your own mindset behind what you are sharing with the speaker. So I have borrowed this, not exactly stealing, but I borrowed this particular concept from someone whom I used to take I take mentoring from, that is distinguished Toastmaster Nikhil Salvi, and he shared there are two things: mechanics and mindset. And I love this concept, right? So when you talk about speech evaluation, the mechanics of the speech, okay, or the mechanics of speech evaluation, okay, when you think about that, what comes to your mind? So when you are evaluating a speech, how do you go about it? What are the things that you look at? Yeah, this is a question. Sometimes I just forget to add the inflection at the end. Okay, but this is a question. What do you think are the mechanics? What are the tools, or what are the things that the elements that you look for when you are evaluating a speech technically?
So may I?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Go ahead.
So first, I feel the context or the content on which we are talking about,
Okay.
and then maybe whether the coherence is there through the speech, the fluency and coherence, whether it is there throughout the speech or not. And I also give, I think, importance to the body language, like how are we using the eye contact or our hands, the facial expressions, how welcoming we are, or what is it that we are wanting to say, which gets connected through the emotions that are expressed on our face. And that, of course, the vocabulary and the grammatical part of the whole thing that comes, I think that's part of the whole thing when we say, the fluency and all, when we talk about, I think that comes naturally. That's what I would say.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You covered almost everything, right? Thank you so much. Yes. Anyone else? Any other ideas?
I'll like to add here.
Yes.
On LinkedIn, we used to hear this placard carrying influencers, hire for attitude, those kind of things. So in speaking also, there are two aspects. The first is the must be aspect. That means whether the speaker is able to communicate the message correctly or not. That's the basic.
Okay.
The rest all, body language, vocal variety, gesture, and eye movement, hand movement, everything is supporting that core requirement. So my idea is that first, the ultimate purpose of the speech is not being given to so the accent or the meaning as conveyed or not. First, And second, how creative and how skillful the speaker is to use the other tools to uh, perform that ultimate purpose. So that's in short.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, exactly. So let's divide these things with respect to speech elements. Now, when you speak, when you deliver a speech, there are two major factors that you focus on. The first one is content. Okay, the content is the king, as they say. Okay, and delivery. I believe that is the queen. Okay, so they together rule the speech. So when you talk about content, and when you talk about speech elements, like guest Kalpana already said, that there are different things, okay, with respect to fluency, with respect to the context, what you are speaking, what is your intent with respect to delivering a message that also was shared by Toastmaster Satya. So first of all, what is the message? What is the takeaway? What did you learn from that speech from the speaker? Okay. With respect to content, was there a structure to the whole speech? Okay. Was there an opening body conclusion? Was there fluency? Was there coherence? Did it look like a whole thing? Okay, one whole thing, or was it scattered? Right. So when you look at speeches, there are different speech elements. With respect to content, it can be the opening body conclusion, the structure. It can be with respect to starting with the how did you relate to this particular speech, the message of the speech, the transitions, how smooth was it from going from opening to body to conclusion, how smoothly did the speaker take the audience through that particular journey. The examples which the speakers cited, personal stories or famous stories, which supported that particular that particular message that the speaker was trying to share, and what kind of language with respect to descriptive language did it create, a visual imagery, those words chosen, where they was there a word play, was there a rhythm, the cadence. So when you talk about all these things with respect to content, these are called speech elements. Okay, in line with what the content should be all about. And then there is the other part, that is the delivery part. In delivery, how did the speaker exactly communicate? Okay, was there emotions, apt emotions? If there were emotions, was there a change in the facial expressions, in the volume, in the pitch, in the tone? How exactly the speaker communicated those emotions with each and every audience? Okay, was it evident? Was the gestures in line, or was it just not going according to what the speech the speech content was all about? The pace or the rate of speech, how was that? Was it in line with how the emotions were? So when we are happy and we know it, we usually speak faster. We are so excited about it, so our rate of speech goes faster, our volume and pitch increase. When we are sad, then our pitch goes lower. We take a longer pauses. We are contemplating a lot while speaking. So accordingly, our how we speak goes in a different direction according to different emotions. Then you are talking about the body language, then you're talking about the stage, as in if you are talking about this particular rectangle that we are sitting right now, so are we using the space accordingly? Are we standing or sitting? What exactly it's happening, and does it help your speech? So all these are speech elements that you need to be aware of. Okay, so how to be a good evaluator? Try to focus on your speeches also when you are delivering it. Try to understand what are the objectives of the speech. What are you trying as a speaker? And then as an evaluator, you can also evaluate, okay, was there a purpose of this particular speech? Was the speaker trying to inspire someone, persuade someone, entertain, or basically just go ahead and inform people? What was the specific message? What the speaker was trying to say? Were the examples in line with the content? So these are the speech elements, okay, with respect to the content and delivery and the mechanics of the speech. And then there is the other part, that is the mindset of the speech evaluator. How many of you here feel that you are not qualified enough, let me say, to evaluate a speech given by distinguished Toastmaster Ramanathan, who is a veteran who has been there on the stage, setting it on fire for the past 20, more than 2 decades. Okay, I feel that, you know, the that introduction is in itself enough to know that, okay, he is a very experienced speaker. And how many of you here feel that you cannot evaluate that speech? Anyone who feels that? Toastmaster Rupal, why? Why? Sorry to put you on spot, but
no issues. But I feel sometimes it's happened ki when person is experienced and we are new to that area, certain perspectives we may miss, because the experience also gives certain kind of things to display, to exhibit our experience while evaluating. And that is why we have that feeling, though I have all abilities and capabilities, I'm missing certain thing which maybe speaker is expecting. I don't know the speaker expectations of other sides. So that is what I felt about that.
awesome.
Yeah.
Very nice way to look at it. What is the speaker thinking about? How can I help the speaker? Okay. Anyone else? One more. Vasudev had also raised, right?
So for me, it would be like similar to that, like a little preconceived belief, you know, like the minute you hear like the speaker is, say, a distinguished Toastmaster or someone experienced, you automatically feel that, you know, what am I going to say? Like, what more can I tell to this person that might be, you know, an add-on to them? Obviously, someone who has been around for 10 years surely would have seen enough feedback and responses. So what more can I tell that is new and fresh and would be value add? So something in those.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing this valuable tidbits. Now, what happens is the aura of the so-called veteran speaker makes us think that we might not be capable enough to deliver or do justice to the evaluations. But that is a lot to do with the speaker and not the speech. And that's the main point here, right? So you need to evaluate the speech and not the speaker. Does that mean that I will discard the body language or the behavioral aspects, not see the speaker, just the content? Or what does it exactly mean? What does it mean to evaluate the speech and not the speaker? What according to you? Yes, distinguished Toastmaster Penki.
For me, it means that I'm not going to think about what speech the speaker gave last week or last month. I'm just going to focus on what is he saying today? What is he saying now? How is he delivering it?
Awesome. And in the language of cricket, it's a ye laga BSNL chakka, right? So it was to the point. When you are talking about evaluating, okay, you are not there to judge, right? That you do when you become a CJ or a VJ, right? Then you judge, okay, or a normal human being when you okay. But that aside, when you talk about speech evaluation, it is to do with that particular moment, right? With respect to that particular speech. Now, the speaker can be a champion speaker, but not every day the champion speaker gets out and has a great day at the office, right? And when he comes back all battered, might be not the best of speeches that we hear on that particular day. Does that mean the speaker is not a champion speaker? Not at all. But that particular day, maybe the areas of improvement were much more than the other days. right? So you will need to focus on the speech on that particular day, not take into consideration the past. Okay, what were the accolades and all those things, just that. And evaluation is not facts. Is it a fact? No. Is it written somewhere? Whatever you're speaking? No, right? It is all about your perspective. It is all about your opinion. Today, if you go on social media, people share their opinion when they are not even asked. You are being asked. So please share your opinion. Just share your opinion. Not to be, convoluted with the idea that, okay, it has to be correct, right? My favorite thing is, as speakers, we hear a lot of speech evaluations. Okay, so I'm talking with respect to, I've been a Toastmaster past 7 years. I might have given hundreds, more than hundreds of speeches, and I have got those evaluations. Did I adhere to each and every evaluation? Not at all, right? So I took what I could implement at that particular point. It was not that the feedback was not valuable or the person was not credible. It was at that point, could I take this evaluation and implement it? If yes, I did that. If no, I did not. And you need to understand as a speech evaluator that not all your points will land, right? Not all your points will be at par with what was expected. Okay. Maybe a champion evaluator might say, oh my God, he is missing the point. But that's not the point. The point is that you are sharing what you feel as an audience, as an evaluator. So be assured that you are here to help the speaker. You are here according to you, what you feel can be improved with respect to that particular speech on that particular day. Okay. A very nice way to go about it is, I'll go into the technique part of it. Now, technique is how you deliver the speech evaluation. Now, analytics you have done. You know the analysis, right? How was the speech? What are the elements which were helping the speech and to relay the message that the speaker was trying to deliver to the audience? What are the things which were becoming a hindrance? Maybe a constant movement on the stage was distracting. Maybe the emotion that was needed at a particular place in that particular story line, it was not coming out and it was not reaching the audience. So what exactly, what specific part? Your speech was awesome. What was awesome about it? Specifically, right? So when you talk about the technique, the go-to method in a speech evaluation with respect to project objectives, when you are talking about club speeches, it's CRC method, right? Commendation, recommendation, commendation. You say good things, you say something which might not be great to hear, but needed to improve, and then again something good. And it's called the sandwich method, right? You create that particular thing. And as Toastmaster Vasudev also said, remembering Mary Poppins, a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down, right? So that is something which you need to hear, right? It's not about speaking something which was not there, okay? That is not our point. The point is that, did you see the strength? There needs to be something good, and then I focus that, okay, this was good about that particular speech. Okay, it can be body language, something related to delivery or something related to content. How many commendations generally in a 2 to 3 minute speech, according to you? How many commendations? Or do you summarize the speech?
Three.
Yes. Three commendations. Okay. Why? Why 3? When do you stop commenting?
Well, if there are no commendations, then no comments.
Okay, so I have got this nice formula which I usually try to emulate, is what, why, and how method. What was good about the speech? Why was it good? And how did the speaker make that particular thing good, right? it is all the more important when you speak, when you share the recommendations, because there, when you say, okay, what was not in line with your project objectives? Okay, your project objective was to show body language. However, at that particular point of time, what I observed is a little bit of stiffness with respect to movements. I saw that the expression was not matching that particular emotion, especially when you are talking about your mother, and there was this emotional moment. It did not relay that, because at that point of time, what was needed was a lower volume, more pauses, more contemplation. However, it did not come out at that particular place. So something like that. What and how can you do that? You can reduce your pace, you can reduce your volume, and you can take longer pauses when you are trying to share the emotion of sadness or melancholy. You have to be a little bit circumspect at that particular point of time, so that the people feel that you are sad, you are remembering, you are trying to share that particular emotion. So what, why, and how will help. Okay, so we talked about three commendations, 3 to 4 commendations, 3 to 4 commendations, because what, why, and how. You don't say that, oh, I like the opening. What about the opening did you like? Right? Opening should be catchy. How did the speaker ensure that it was catchy? Okay. The speaker shared a quote by Albert Einstein, which I felt related to what I felt when I was a young kid. Something like that, right? How did you relate to the speech? So what was it, why, and how? And specifically recommendations, not more than 2. Why not more than 2 recommendations? Or maybe 2.5 if you are generous. Why? Why not give five recommendations? I want to give 5. Why not 5? Or do you think 5 is good? Come on, I don't have much time. Tell me. Yes. Yes. Okay. 2 hands.
So,
3. Okay.
yeah.
Let's Satya speak. Let's go.
So, so whatever is the intent, so recommendations are consider points which are need to be improved. So if I am giving too many, then it may dilute each other. So the importance will not be very clear. Or and mostly, if it's a Pareto principle, 80-20, so critical few are the best approach to be highlighted, so that everything will be captured.
Thank you. Thank you. So quickly, to summarize this particular point, that when you are sharing a recommendation, it should be something which can change the speech to such a level that it starts working in the favor of the speaker, right? And it should not be something which will take him decades to improve. It should be something which, if shared right now, if tried to implement, he or she can go ahead and change it then and there. And if the speaker again delivers in the next 10 minutes, if he's able to implement that, and if it makes sense that the speech has now transformed, you have done a good job as a speech evaluator. So it should not be something that, oh my God, you need to work on your language, your grammar, your fluency, your flow. It might not be possible at that point of time. But if you just say that, okay, can you just change that emotion? Okay, how you shared that particular emotion by adding a little bit more of pause and more expressions with respect to what kind of emotion you are trying to display. Just that particular instant, it will change that particular speech. So very specific. Okay, now to summarize all this as yes.
So sorry to interrupt you. Regarding commendation, there are 3 ways: what, why, and how. So what is the
For both. for both.
Okay. So to make it specific.
Yes,
So
be
if it is
specific. What exactly did you like? Opening, what did you like about it? Maybe the personal story that connected with you. Okay, so what part of the personal story connected with you? What was specific about it, right? Very specific things. Okay, the words used, the vocabulary used, it was descriptive language. How did descriptive language help? It created a visual imagery. Okay, whenever we hear stories, we see that, oh my God, the words used created a mental picture, and I was into that particular story. So why it is important, right? So in short, there are some mechanics, okay, which tell you that you are credible as someone who has analyzed the speech properly. And the other part is the mindset. You as a speaker, you as a speech evaluator need to help the speaker to improve, but it should not be something which can be improved in 1 month, 1 year, or 5 years. It can be at that instant point. If you can give 2 good recommendations which can instantly improve the speech, okay, that will help the speaker then and there, right? Mindset should be that I'm here to help the speaker, right? What can I do to help the speaker? So I need to focus. What are the things can instantly change, right? So you will need to focus on that. If you have that mindset of helping the speaker and not giving a good evaluation, then you will be much more successful as a speech evaluator, right? And finally, when you talk about the how to divide the minutes, okay, how I go about it is there are 3 minutes, right, for a speech evaluation, not considering the 30 minutes of grace period. So the first 30 seconds you spend on something which you related quite intently with that particular speech or that particular speaker. It can be a content, a particular content, a quote, the gesture of a speaker, maybe the whole message of the speech. How did you relate? Okay. Was it the tone of the whole speech, the inspiring tone? What exactly was it that related with you? Okay. So share that in the first 30 seconds. Then in the next around 1 minute and 1 minute 15 seconds, you share 3 to 4 commendations. Don't summarize the speech. Okay, I saw the opening. The speaker started with the opening. He went through his story and nicely he went to his village and then he came to the city. Okay, that is the speech given already. You don't have to repeat the speech or summarize it. You just have to share the elements which you liked. I liked the vocal variety. I like the opening. I specifically in the opening, the quote which related to me. Okay, I like the descriptive language. I like the humor which was sprinkled throughout. So what are the elements? Share that, what, why, and how. Then once you are at the 1 minute, 1 minute 45 seconds, 1 minute 45 seconds, 130 to 145. That's your commendation time total. Then you start sharing the recommendation. Now the recommendation should be 1 minute. In 1 minute, you can do justice to 2 good recommendations, maybe 2.5. Okay, just a small one maybe to add. But when 1 minute, what can be improved? Why it should be improved? How exactly can the speaker improve? How is very important, because I might know what my challenges are, but how do I improve it, right? And finally, when you come to the the last 30 seconds is something which you can spend on summarize. Summarizing is very important because when you summarize, the speaker remembers what was good and what can be improved, in short. And that is what we need to focus on. So comment, recommend, comment in a project speech, but in a contest speech, you can comment, recommend, and summarize. CRS method. Okay, that will be much more helpful. So in short, work on the mechanics, work on the what, why, how of the speech, and as a mindset, always have that helping attitude that what can I do, share instantly, which can help the speaker now, not maybe 3 hours later, maybe just now. Okay, and you will be a good speech evaluator. To win a contest, you will need to have more experience, more wins and losses under your belt. But to be a good speech evaluator, you just need to care about the speech. So that's my time. I'm so sorry, I took maybe 5 minutes more, but let's quickly go to the next part and where we will see the test speaker. Okay, and I will give it back to the Toastmaster of the day to facilitate this particular section of the test speaker and the speech evaluators. Over to you, Toastmaster Kalpana.
Thank you so much, Avinash. Thank you so much. Were the tips written down by all of you? Did you all write down the tips? Because the test begins now. All right. Now, here is what I have decided upon. I want all of you, those who would like to evaluate the speech of the test speaker, to write down their names in the chat box. First, write down your names, then I'll announce the trick I have up my sleeve. All right. So write out your names, please, in the chat box, all those who would like to evaluate. And yes, there is one more takeaway. Your evaluations will be getting guidance, priceless guidance of TTM Avinash, who is the educator today. So do not miss out on this opportunity. The more, the merrier. All right. So please write down your names in the chat box. I'm waiting to see all the names of everyone who is present here. Please write down your names. I still don't see names. You know how time is precious in Toastmasters, right? Come on, type it.
We have Shweta, we have Gaurav, we have Rupal.
Yes, Shweta, Gaurav, Rupal. Okay. I think I see Sai also has walked in. Sai, I think you can definitely take it up.
I'm making chai, not Sai.
Chai and Shai will go with us also with evaluations. Don't worry. Thank you, Satya, for nominating yourself. Pinky? Oh, yes, you have. How come I don't see your name? Priscilla has agreed.
No, I haven't, but I can.
Okay, then I want you to put your name in the chat, because I'm just going to reveal the trick up my sleeve, but I want your names out there. From I want Gaurav. Gaurav, come on. You are a member of SCTC. Vasudev, you too are free, though I know you are a prepared speech evaluator. Please take advantage. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Pinky. Love you for that. Sai, is your chai done? Come on, this will be like snacks for you, you know, evaluation. Hi,
I'm doing
Sai.
dishes as well. I'm doing stuff.
Oh, yes.
I'm listening though.
Okay, great. And then I just want you to be here. I want Gaurav, your name out there, please. Shweta has already given Gaurav. Rupal, come on. Everything is the first time. I want my members to actually be there. Yes, Rupal, I want your name out there, or I'll be calling out to you. Gaurav, please type it in the chat box, please. Thank you, Gaurav. Every learning comes only after trying. So I would really ask you all to, here, as Avinash has told us, we do not judge, we evaluate. All right. So I want you all to keep that one thing in mind while you participate. So Gaurav, can I add your name after Pinky's name? I think I saw you raise your hand.
I've already added.
Is it so? Oh yeah, Gaurav, I saw it. You're after Shweta, right?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Gaurav. Yes, Rupal. Rupal, can you hear me?
Yes,
Our dear
I shared my name. Yeah,
you
it's
too
there in
have?
the
How
chat.
come I have missed it? Oh, yes, it's there. Thank you so much. So here we are in the order of the name that are in the chat. The first speaker is Shweta. Second is Gaurav. Third evaluator will be Rupal. Fourth will be Satya. Fifth will be Priscilla. And last but not the least, we are going to have Pinky. So both the P's are at the end. All right. And now I will call upon my test speaker. Just give me a minute. Monica, aren't you going to participate? Monica? Monica, would you like to participate? Yes.
Actually, I'm not going to participate today because
Okay.
whole the meeting I have to manage like breakout rooms and
Okay, with the breakout rooms.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. 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 All right. So let me now just call upon, just give me a second. Our test speaker today is Amrita Deshmukh. Can I ask Zoom Master to kindly highlight Amrita Deshmukh, please?
Am I audible and visible?
Just give me a second, Amrita, please. Just give me a second. I just want to introduce you and the title of your speech. Just give me a second. I got actually two Amruta, and the minute I tried to, tap, I went into a different Dr. Amruta. So I just had to rewind I actually browsed it again. So here we are. Yes. Yes, can you say that I'm so happy to be the test speaker today? Can you repeat after me?
Happy to be a test speaker today.
Yes, you are audible and visible. Toastmaster Amrita Deshmukh.
Sorry.
The guiding, yes.
Do we need
Yes, Avinash.
the timer?
Oh, yes, thank you. Yes, do pin the timer cards. Timer, may I call out?
Yes, I'm here. For Toastmaster.
Yes, thank you so much. Timer, can you guys share your timer cards, please? Amrita, if you're unable to see it, do pin. All right, just give us a second for that. Are you able to see the timer cards?
Yes.
All right. And I will just take a moment. I see Meenakshi has just come in. Welcome, Meenakshi. Would you like to be the evaluator?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So I'm adding your name. Okay. The test speaker is about to begin.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Meenakshi. All right. So let me introduce the speaker. Today's test speaker is Amrita Deshmukh. Amrita Deshmukh, Guru, the guiding light. Guru, the guiding light, Amrita Deshmukh.
The mediocre mentor says, good mentor explains, superior mentor demonstrate, and greatest mentor inspire. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guest. Mentor, teacher, leader, guide, expert, these all have different names. But in India, we call them Guru. And our first mentor is our parents. Because our training starts at home informally from our childhood only. So like everyone else, my first mentor is my parents. They never preach to me, they lead by examples and their actions. My parents were working, now they both are retired, and whatever they did with their 100% dedication in their professional work. I absorb this quality in me and I give my 100% in every work. I have seen my mother taking her decisions independently since childhood, and that made me a confident decision maker in professional and personal life. I have seen my father talks with everyone very politely. I learn from him kindness and compassion. They are my guiding light. They are my first mentors. Now move forward to the next chapter of mentorship in my life. But before that, I want to ask you one question. How many of you watch Karate Kid of Jackie Chan or Chuck the India or Mary Kom? So we all seen these movies. What is the basic storyline of this movie? There is a one person or a team who wants to achieve a specific goal, and the other person who helped them to achieve that goal, to show them a right path. And when the internal motivation fails, external push is required. And that external push is given by mentor and coaches. When I watched Karate Kid, I was in school. And very first time, I realized that I also want this kind of person in my life. And for your information, I am a yoga practitioner since 2010. And whenever I watch this kind of movies, I felt that I also want mentor in my life. I felt void in my life. Well, then my yoga guru, my mentor came to my life, Mr. Madhu Nair. By profession, he is an automobile engineer, and by passion, he is a yoga teacher since from last 23 years. When I met him, I was so money minded. I wanted to earn money from yoga also. But when I joined his class, whole perspective changed because he never asked anyone about fees. His only aim in life to create a positive difference through yoga. His love and dedication and passion toward yoga and his student is unbelievable. It's beyond money, beyond fame. And I'm glad that he's my mentor and he always be my mentor. It changed me a lot and he's my guiding light through my yoga journey. Now, last part of mentorship in my life, mentorship in Toastmasters. My mentor in Toastmaster is Distinguished Toastmaster Sangeeta. Distinguished Toastmaster Sangeeta is seasoned Toastmaster, having more than 10 years of experience in Toastmaster. And I remember our first phone call. She talked about everything, pathways, leadership role, contest, and I felt so relieved that someone out there is going to help me in this journey. I want to share one experience with you all. I'm from Agnel Toastmaster and we have a physical meetings. And last July 2022, I was about to change my club because of some professional commitments. And timing was the big issue. So before making the final call, I informed DTM Sangeeta. And very calmly she told me, Amruta, if you really wanted to learn, then there is no need to change the club. Go to other club, take roles, give speeches, complete your levels, and come back to Agnel after 1 year. And that was $1 million advice. Because in last 1 year, I attended so many meetings of different clubs from Delhi, Bangalore, Ghaziabad, Malaysia, Singapore, Nepal, Bangladesh, and whatnot. I connected with so many wonderful people. And because of that one advice, I expanded my network in India and global level also. We all know in professional world, network is our net worth. And I'm so glad that she advised me on my change on club. I'm so grateful for that she's my mentor in this journey. There are many people who contributed to me, who contributed to me in a positive way. From my parents, my husband, sister, teachers, fellow Toastmasters, DTM Sangeeta, Madhu sir, and many more. That changed me, that shaped me who I am today. And I just want to thank all of them. Now I conclude my speech with this. Practice the skill, whatever they may be. Get ready to achieve your dreams. Whatever your progress is, keep your guru informed. Then only he or she will be able to guide you further. And one day you will achieve excellence. What next? Become someone else's guru. Share the knowledge you gain along the way. It's your turn now. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Amrita. Now, this is my brief to all the contestants or evaluators who have agreed, right? All of you will be given 5 minutes to write down. Avinash, will you take it over from here?
Yeah. Yeah.
All
So,
right. Thanks, Avinash.
timer, please start the time for 5 minutes, please. And just show the red card at 5 minutes. All the speech evaluators, kindly go ahead and start writing your speech evaluations. Okay, I have some extra noise. Toastmaster
Yes.
Priyavrat, can you mute?
Could you mute?
Yes. No, you are not. We are not looking at a counter. We are just looking at the timer and speech evaluations in this particular section. Okay, we already have time up. Pencils down, pens down. Come on, stop it. Okay, so we have 6 people, and they are Shweta, Gaurav, Rupal, Satya, Priscilla, Pinky, and Meenakshi. Except Shweta, Toastmaster Monica, can you send Gaurav, Rupal, Satya, Priscilla, Pinky, and Meenakshi to the breakout room, please?
And can I also request Meenakshi to ensure that nobody writes, or I'll have to join you all as the second sub. So Meenakshi, shall I leave it to you?
Yeah, sure. And you can trust us also.
Thank you.
Yeah. See you. Bye.
Thank you.
We are done, right? All the speech evaluators are in the breakout room except Toastmaster Shweta, right?
Yes.
Toastmaster Shweta, are you ready?
Yes.
Can we see the background? Timer Monica has, yes. Can you see the background, the white background, white, yellow, red, green?
Yes, I can see.
Okay. Toastmaster Shweta, contestant number one. Toastmaster Shweta, over to you.
Okay. So I haven't given the evaluation any time. This is the first time I'm participating and giving the first evaluation. So Toastmaster Amrita, the speech title. I like the speech title a lot. It was giving its guru the guiding light. It was amazing. It was quite relatable. We all have mentors in our life. Next point is well-crafted speech with perfect opening using a quote. Good mentors explain. Greatest mentor inspire. I could not write the whole quote. Third point, the content, how you divided the content in 4 parts. Parents are the mentors, how you learn from the behavior and action. Second, the example of movie, Jackie Chan, Chak De India, where you need some external pushes to do something in your life. Third, the yoga teacher who taught you to spread health awareness without charging money. And non-greediness, of course. And fourth point is mentor in Toastmaster, how the mentor Toastmaster Sangeeta mentored you and shaped you in the entire journey and helped you on your way to achieve your goal and helped you with your time management wherein you were facing problems because of time. So fourth point is perfect hand gestures. Fifth, I would say, I would like the conclusion of the speech that was one day you will achieve excellence. I just have one recommendation. Somewhere in between, I just felt that the speed was slightly on the higher side. I just felt that it was slightly rushed. So maybe that you can improve. Otherwise, it was a well-crafted speech from start to end. I like the speech very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Shweta. Let's call the next speech evaluator. That is Gaurav from the breakout room.
Monica, have you sent the message?
Yeah, Gaurav is here. Toastmaster.
All right. Thank you. Yeah.
Toastmaster Gaurav, are you? So I'm taking over. Toastmaster Kalpana, you don't worry. So you said Avinash take over, so I've taken over. Okay. Toastmaster Gaurav, are you ready?
Yeah, all set.
Yeah, you see the timer background of timer Monica?
Yes, I can see.
Can you change flip Toastmaster Monica? See the changes in color?
Yes.
Awesome. You ready?
Yes, all set.
Okay, Toastmaster Gaurav, contestant number two, Toastmaster Gaurav, over to you.
So, starting with the speaker, I like the way she started with the definition of guru. She explained first how the gurus are impacting our life, and she defined it first in English and then conveyed how we say it in Hindi. That I liked very much, and I connected with the story. Secondly, I connected with the story, way she led the story, starting from her childhood, then the middle age, and the situation right now. So I liked it very much. And third, she ensured during the story that she specifically named the persons who mentored her and specified names of the person and how they have influenced her life and the way her life has been changed due to those influences. During the whole speech, what I liked, she delivered complete speech in standing, and she used hand gestures very well to express her feelings and express the story to us. My recommendation to the speaker is, as she was standing and delivering, because she was moving forward and backward, sometimes her voice was loud enough, while sometimes while she goes back, it's coming forth and back, and the voice was reducing and increasing, and this was something was odd, which can be improved if she can stand in a place and then deliver, or not moving that much, that voice difference can be felt while listening. During the speech, I felt some places while she was explaining the way she attended different Toastmaster club. It got the pace of speech got a bit faster compared to the other part of the speech. So that can be maintained, that overall speech speed can be maintained, and overall the speech was very connecting, and I can relate to the speech, and it was wonderful speech, I must say. Amrita, Speaker Amrita, thank you for delivering such a wonderful speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gaurav. Let's have a huge round of applause. Let's quickly go to the third evaluator, Toastmaster Rupal. Please bring her to the main room. Hi, Toastmaster Rupal. Can you see the timer card of
Yes, I can see.
Can you flip it, Toastmaster Monica, for to know the colors?
Okay.
Great. You ready, Toastmaster Rupal?
Yes.
Toastmaster Rupal, contestant number three, Toastmaster Rupal, over to you.
Thank you. The speech which I have heard about the guiding light, Toastmaster Amrita has given a fantastic job. The language used in her speech was very understandable and easy. Her personal examples which she has covered are very related, and which can relate it with our own journey as well. And I can find a like strong call of action, like beam and give back to the society throughout her speech, and that is what touched me as well. And one more the point which I feel there should be some more voice modulation should be there, so that the engagement of the audience would be more connected. They can be connect better way, and overall I find the speech is uh, touched the people, and they can relate with good flow and structured informative way the things are covered. And very well she has tried to give the message of the guiding light, how the mentor, coaches, and various teachers and guru play a part in our life. Sometimes we know, but we may not be able to demonstrate or exhibit, but that is the way our journey begins, and it stay with us overall life. And sometimes we become a part of that journey, and we start teaching others. We may even don't feel that way कि we are giving some guidance to the others, we are building somebody's career, somebody's life, but we also in that whole journey become a part of our life, and that is what I liked about its speech. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Rupal. Yes, I like the smile. Thank you so much. Let's bring the next speaker, that is Satya. Let's bring Satya. Toastmaster Satya, are you able to hear me, see me?
Absolutely clear, loud and clear.
Great. Can you see the timer, Toastmaster Monica's background with change of colors?
Let me change this to a gallery view. Yes, I can see this.
You can see the change of colors, right?
Correct.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Toastmaster Satya, contestant number 4. Contestant number 4, Toastmaster Satya, over to you.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Gurudeva Maheshwara, Guru Deva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Wonderful way to start the speech with a great speech. I was blown away by that quote. It's kind of a panoramic story. I really enjoyed the speech as an evaluator. It has all the points. We all can connect, and I specifically connected in a way. Father and mother are our first mentors, first teachers. And I'm really genuinely happy when you pick those two values which you picked from your parents, decision making and empathy. That shows the kind of reflection you have done before the speech. Then you take into yoga and not connected to money. Yes, great mentors take it up to next stage, not just skill and knowledge, but values and belief system. Absolutely blown away by the narration, by the storytelling, and by the picks of absolutely great examples from your experience. But yes, good is the enemy of great. We all know. I must give you some recommendations. It's my duty to make you a great speaker. You are a good speaker, no doubt about that. Two things I'll add to your speech to take it to the next level. Maybe you will consider this. So first one is playing with your voice. Okay. So when you said that you have visited so many clubs around the world, you can play with your pitch, play with your loudness, come closer to the camera and go away. So it adds emotion to the content. And when you say that, I'm so grateful for what she given to my life. Same thing. So you can bit creative with the vocal variety. One thing. And if I ask the second thing, the last sentence was so impactful, like becoming someone else's guru can be it could be more impactful. It's very heavy quote, very heavy statement to end the wonderful speech, but you can definitely try it. Like the last statement. What next? You can be someone else's guru. That's the best thing you can do. Overall, a wonderful speech. I can connect with it. I am totally blown away with the pics of stories and the messaging in the speech. But yeah, two things that you can definitely consider: playing with your voice, be skillful, be tactful, and yeah, the last can be superb. But still, it's a great try. I really appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you. Let's have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Satya. And let's bring Toastmaster Priscilla to the main room.
I'm sorry, but I think Toastmaster Priscilla has dropped out from the meeting.
Oh, okay. Okay, can we then bring Toastmaster Pinky? Distinguished Toastmaster Pinky, you are next. Are you able to hear and see me?
Yes,
How do
I
I
am.
do? Just kidding. Let's go. Do you see the timer card?
I see yellow, green, red.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Distinguished Toastmaster Pinky, contestant number 5. Contestant number 5, Distinguished Toastmaster Pinky, over to you.
Practice your skills to make them better. Toastmaster Amrita, what a line from your speech. And you know why I love that? Because that is what I see you follow. You have been working upon your skill and you have shared your journey with us today, the journey of your growth. Wonderful job on that. Greetings, everyone. Let me share with you all how did this speech touch my heart. So, first of all, delivery point of view, Toastmaster Amrita, I love that how you were standing and delivering, and also you had kept your background playing so that there were no distractions at all for me. Secondly, what I love that how you took care of the structure and the transition. Your structure was crystal clear, it was chronological. You told about who a guru is, then about your parents, your yoga guru, and of course, the mentor. And the best part, usually we miss on transitions, but you did not. You were clear with transitions when you said, now we'll move ahead to the next guru. So that told me that, hey, okay, the next character is coming. Third, I loved how you engaged me. How did you engage me? It was whether it was sharing your personal stories, introducing your characters by the name, by how they behave, your interaction with them. For example, your yoga guru, you said, he does not charge the fees. I was like, oh, wow, what a man. So, wonderful job on that. Now, let's see how this speech can shine brighter. First of all, delivery wise, Toastmaster Amrita, at times I saw that you were moving to and fro. That can be taken care of as it can be a bit distracting. And second thing, what I noticed, your eye contact was more towards the right. See if you can focus on the camera. This camera is our audience in this virtual stage. Next, where I believe you can improve is that the pauses. The pauses where, especially in the opening and the closing. Opening where you were talking about mentor, guru. Mentor, guru, ka pause there. And closing, when you invited us to be a guru, immediately thank you came. Take a pause there. Let us grasp that hey, we are being invited to be a guru. The third thing is that in content wise, wonderful you invited us to be a guru. But a few more phrases or, few more words would have elaborated it. I'm going to start being a guru now. We have gurus now. Let us also work upon to be a guru. And this is the bonus for us because learning will continue. So that will be a more persuasive speech. So all in all, just work upon your eye contact, but good job on structure and transition. And yes, thank you for reminding me to practice my skills. And yes, continue to be a guru. Thank you, and over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Avinash.
Thank you. Let's have a huge round of applause and quickly now bring the final speech evaluator. Just close the room and everyone will be back to the main room. Yes, and that was quick. Hi, Toastmaster Meenakshi.
Hi.
Okay, can you see the timer card and can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Toastmaster Meenakshi, contestant number 6. Contestant number 6. Toastmaster Meenakshi, over to you.
Thank you. It is often said that mentoring is an ear to listen, a brain to pick, and a push in the right direction. Toastmaster Amrita, we are here to push you in the right direction today. Maya Angelou has very famously quoted that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget what you made them feel. And today, Toastmaster Amrita, you made us feel connected as an audience member. And how did you do that? Because you started with a quote. We connected at the very beginning. You asked us questions. You got us hooked on to your questions when you asked, who has seen Karate Kid? Who has seen Mary Kom? And we all raised our hands and answered. You had our attention right there. It's often said that it's a great speech when your tongue can deliver the message of your heart. And today, Toastmaster Amrita, you did exactly that. You delivered the message of your heart. Why? I was wondering, what was the purpose of this entire speech of yours? And towards the end, you hit the bullseye when you mentioned that today, I just want to say thank you to all my mentors, my parents, my yoga teacher, and my mentor at Toastmasters. That feeling of gratitude, that was the purpose of your speech. Such a simple but a very strong purpose. That is what got us connected. But we are not mentors. And if we only focus on the positive, just like mentors, we as evaluators also need to give you a push in the right direction. And I have 2 pushes for you, Toastmaster Amrita. The first is on voice modulation. When you mention that my yoga sir has been practicing yoga for the last 23 years versus my yoga teacher has been practicing yoga for the last 23 years. You see the difference? Another example, when you said Toastmaster, Sangeeta told you to not leave Agnel Toastmaster Club. That was such $1 million idea versus that was $1 million idea. You see the difference in the voice modulation. The next suggestion that I have for you is power of pauses. As they say, pauses can make or break a speech. For example, when you mention that my father is a very polite and a compassionate man versus my father is a very polite, pause, compassionate man. You see, you keep us hooked on with your pauses. In a nutshell, if you focus on the positives, that is hooking on to the audience by starting with a quote and asking the right questions and focusing on the purpose and delivering it wham bam and keeping my recommendations in mind, that is voice modulation and tone and power of pauses, you will be an amazing speaker. And as they say, a mentor is a push in the right direction. Here it is, Toastmaster Amrita, a push for you in the right direction. Thank you. Over to you, TM Avinash.
Thank you. Thank you, all the speech evaluators. Thank you, Toastmaster Amrita, for listening to so many speech evaluations and at the end still smiling. Wow. That means the speech evaluators did a good job. So thank you so much for listening intently to all the speech evaluations. Timer, now I will need your help because I will be doing the general evaluation of the whole thing, right? So give me, I'll need 10 to 12 minutes because there are 6 speech evaluations. I'll start with, no, I'll end with what I feel. Let me first evaluate the speeches and see what can be improved, right? So 10 to 12 minutes is what I need. Green at 10, yellow at 11, and red at 12, so that I am also within the time limits. I'll also reset. Okay, start, Avinash. We heard a delightful speech about mentoring. I could make out that this particular speech was level 2, project 3, introduction to mentoring. And I heard a lot of speech evaluators. Let's start with Toastmaster Shweta. You loved what you heard, like the guru, the title itself, and that was a nice way to relate, that you related quickly to the title, and then you also shared that there was a structure, there were parts, which also signified that you knew the elements of the speech, and you were speaking about the elements of the speech. You also love the conclusion, right? And you also followed the structure of comment, recommend, and comment. So you shared that in the middle, that was the recommendation. You felt that the speech was pushed. Sorry, the pace was rushed. What am I saying? Because of Meenakshi, the push is in my mind now. Okay, so okay, so yeah, so what can be improved? First of all, as speakers, wherever you are, whether you're a speaker, whether you are evaluator, never ever say this is my first time, this is your, I am nervous. Never say. People don't want to know, but when you tell them, then they will start looking. Oh, first time, oh, you missed this, right? So never say about your nervousness, never share. Okay, if people find out, that's okay, but don't share, because then people will start focusing on that. Okay, hey, amateur, you don't want that, right? Okay, so don't focus on that. The next thing is when you talk about the recommendations and the commendations, be very specific. Now, in the middle, it was rushed. Where in the middle? Where was that point? Which was that sentence you felt, or maybe a group of sentences which were rushed? So be very specific, right? So that it helps the speaker. The speaker can go back to the speech draft and say, oh, this is the point. Okay, let me slow down here. It will be much easier for the person. And it was in line, right? The recommendation was good. Also, summarize. Okay, 1, 2, 3 good points, 1 area of improvement, all the best. That is the summary. Repeat that. So I like the title, I love the parts, I love the conclusion. Focused on pacing yourself in the middle, and you will be doing a good job. That's something which you can work on. More evaluations, more speeches, and you will gain a lot of insight. Thank you so much. Let's go quickly to Toastmaster Gaurav. Where is he? Yes, he's suited booted. I like this. Okay, definition of a guru. You love the connection with the story. And you also shared about how they the different people influence. So you were trying to pinpoint on what all you liked. Your recommendations were very specific. I love that. The forward and backward movement, what was it, and why it was distracting, and the voice was not clear. And how can you do that? You can pace yourself. You can you could have also shared, of course, check your mic, but all in all, you summarize what exactly you needed. Some places the pace was faster. For example, the TM meetings which you attended, that was faster. I love the specific part. So keep up that good work. When you are sharing your ideas, it's a good practice to be very sure about it. Okay, if you sound unsure, then the person will be confused. And to do that is be very precise. I love this. 1, 2, 3. You could improve on 1, 2. thank you. Right? When you say yeah. So yeah, by mistake, I saw it and the computer said, "Oh, unmute." Okay. So when you sound sure, then the speaker gets confident. So be sure and be confident. Okay. So you seem to be intelligent, and intelligent people are full of doubts, but don't show it. Okay. So that's okay. Just be sure. It helps the speaker summarize. What will the person remember? 1, 2, 3 nice points, 1, 2 recommendations, voila, right? So always summarize. Good. Thank you so much. Let's go to Toastmaster Rupal. You shared again with respect to language, which was easy to understand. I like that part. Language easy to understand, relatable content, strong call to action, could work on voice modulation. Where? What was it that you loved about the language? Why was it easy to understand? Can you share an example? The stories were relatable. How were they relatable? Right? So were were the stories in line with what you experienced in your life? How did it relate to? You'll have to share that, right? It was relatable. It's not enough. It's not enough for people to understand that. In the end, what I felt is your sharing changed into a discourse. The discourse is as in I keep on saying a lot of things, but it's not very specific and it did not go anywhere. At the end, it was more of you were sharing about mentoring, it can help us. And so you started giving the message of the story or what can, rather than just focusing on what the speech said. So as evaluators, you are not supposed to add something on your own. Don't do that, right? So just focus. If you add the what, why, and how, it will help you to lengthen your speech evaluation so that it will look good. Summarize again. Summary was missing, right? So work on that. Again, the surety needs to be there. Describe language, how it was, what was it, why it was good, how it was delivered, relatable, how it was, voice modulation, what can be, how can it be done better. All this is required in an evaluation. Thank you. Let's go to Toastmaster Satya. Started with a shloka, in fact, you started and it actually helped us. And then you shared about how the values were picked up from different stories, from parents. Yeah, exactly. You shared that the speaker picked up values, and that's nice summarization with respect to what exactly the speaker gained and shared with the audience. You also had a little bit wordplay with respect to how you were trying to deliver the speech. Good is the enemy of great, and then you transition. I like that part. 2 recommendations, voice modulation and conclusion. You also shared why and how of it. So good job. Summary also done. Great. When you started with the commendations, it needed a little bit more. It was somewhere generic. It needed to be even more specific. Conclusion, the recommendations were to the point. So I love that. It needed to be the commendation, the starting part. It needed more specificity. So that can be worked upon. So thank you so much. Let's go to distinguished Toastmaster Pinky. A way to deliver a speech needs to be learned from distinguished Toastmaster Pinky. The way she started, okay, practice your skills and to make them better, and that's exactly so. That's how you compete, right? So I saw the elements of how you deliver a contest evaluation. So kudos to you. Very specific. What you loved about it, delivery, transitions, engaged the audience, how was the engagement done through characteristics of the the people in the characteristics of the characters. That's what you shared. How can you shine brighter? Okay, I just have to be in the light and I shine brighter. But how can the speaker do that? Delivery to and fro, again, the movement, pauses, which you shared, and few more words in the end with respect to the description part. To the point, I loved each and every aspect of it. I will come to more with respect to when I share my evaluation, the focus will shift a little bit. The recommendations are good. How can it be better? We will talk after I share my speech evaluation. Toastmaster Meenakshi, again, a contest style delivered, and so I remember the push, and I hope I don't fall off the ledge. You were pushing so much, right? Amrita was saying, "Kitna push? Main bahar aayega." Okay, so good, very nice. You had the what, why, and how covered. I don't want to take a lot of time. It was excellent. What can be improved? There are two things. Of course, the last part, again, what should be the focus of the recommendation, I will share. You started with 2 quotes. Ek nahi, 2 quote, right? Don't do that. Too many things, right? I know you wanted to focus. Choose one. It will be much easier. You used but. Whenever you say, oh, Avinash is looking handsome, but, oh my God, whatever good you did, washed away, right? So, but and however, try to avoid in a speech evaluation, right? Quickly coming to the, I'll need 2 minutes. I know I am on the yellow card, but I'll need to summarize what I have been the focus of the recommendations.
You're on mute.
Again, you're on mute.
The Zoom is not liking me today. Okay, so let's go ahead and learn. Toastmaster Amrita, the structure was good. It had a triad. I feel that you used 3 specific examples: parents, yoga teacher, and the Toastmaster, the Toastmaster mentor, right? You had a specific goal. You shared, you engaged with the audience by asking how many of you have seen this movie, and people did raise their hand. I felt that when you were sharing this, there were things apparent in those examples. The first one, with respect to your parents, was about values and behavior that you inculcated. Very specific. You shared about what were the values and the behavior that you inculcated from them as parents, from them as gurus. And then the yoga journey and the Toastmaster journey was all about change in the mindset. Okay, so how you change the mindset, that was very specifically shared in your speech. When you look at the speech objectives, okay, you have to share about the impact of Toastmaster, how Toastmaster envisions mentoring. Now, whenever you are sharing, your speech was Guru, the guiding light. Okay. Whenever you're sharing something with respect to transformation, you had a transformation, right, in the mindset. What was the challenge? And if you want wordplay, what was the darkness? And how did that light come and guide you? The darkness was not shared. What is, when you are down and out, okay, so with respect to, you can say, I was money minded and then he came and quickly, nahin, instant coffee nahin. You will have to describe it. Hindi picture mein dekhte ho na, when the hero gets hurt, okay, he doesn't die instantly, right? Dukh raha hai, and eventually he doesn't die. Okay, nahi to, we Indian. So you will have to show that emotion. And when people said that voice modulation, how does voice modulation come? By storytelling. In storytelling, you have a challenge, right? And then the hero overcomes that challenge. And in that, you can have characterization. Okay, a few dialogues. Okay. I want to earn a lot of money. Okay. But my mentor was not money minded. Right? So how was the transition? The how was missing. Yeah. So when you say that ye kar lo, then you are a motivational speaker. When you share an example, then you become someone we can follow, right? So that is the main crux of it. Okay. And then you shared examples of coaching, not mentoring. Coaching is different. So whenever you shared with respect to all the movies, they are coaching movies. Coaching is one skill set, very specific, short time. Mentoring encompasses everything about your life itself. Okay, so it's not only one skill that you focus on about mentoring. Mentor is a sounding board. Meenakshi said, right? Pick your ear, no, pick your brain, right? Okay. So she shared, right? So you have to distinguish between what is coaching and mentoring, and that is also there in your speech objective when you look at with respect to the mentoring project in itself. So if you describe it properly by storytelling, the voice modulation has to come. If it doesn't come, the story will not be impactful, right? So that is one thing. And the coach and the mentor distinction, that was missing. So when you focus first content, now Pinky and Meenakshi were very close with respect to sharing. The recommendation needs to be, what is that one thing which can change everything? The content needed work. Delivery comes after the content, right? So when you focus on the content, then it will help. So that is my 2 cents of what I felt with respect to this speech. I hope this particular thing helped you. And I'm sorry I took a little bit longer, but there were too many people. So thank you so much. And over to you, Toastmaster Kalpana. Thank you so much.
Thank you. First and foremost, Avinash, thank you so much. I think I added Meenakshi also at the end. I thought if I can have at least 6 was my aim, to have 6 evaluators. And I was quite happy. But believe me, it is you who could have done it and you carried it off. I would really request each one of you to give a round of applause. And I would also like today, I think Monica, I think you'll have to take over to just share a certificate of appreciation for Avinash. Toastmaster Monica. Thank you, Avinash. Actually, there he is. Please highlight, just put him on spotlight and take a photograph to Toastmaster Monica. Thank you. Thank you, Avinash.
Thank you. When you were saying Monica, I thought you were appreciating her with respect to, okay, how she was managing everything, timer, Zoom, everything.
Yes. No, that will come at the end, at the conclusion. Because I think at SCTC, we have become quite adapted, managing a lot of hats. And actually, kudos to Monica. She always takes up at least 1 or 2 or 3. Because we had at least two role players drop out today at the last minute, and then we again faced a hitch with the technical issues were also there, which were all very well managed by Monica, because in the meanwhile she managed it. I ensured that at least it just takes off, though it was a little late. And thank you so much, Avinash. Yes, Avinash, actually, I would like to say that the part when that you spoke about the mentor and the coach, the idea had formed in my mind while I was also mentally evaluating the speech, but I wasn't getting the right words to articulate it, even as I was putting it down in my notepad as to how will I articulate it. And I immaturely ended up at, your structure should be good or your flow should be good, which is such a, used up line. So thank you for, telling me as to how a structure, flow, or the missing points that can make or elevate a speech can be returned so accurately is what I would say. So a bud is now springing in my brain too. Thank you so much for that. That is my takeaway from today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And yes, the meeting does continue because we do have one speaker.
Sorry to interrupt. Just before moving on, I would
Yes.
request if the timer can
Yes.
share the timing taken by the 6 evaluators.
All right. Thank you so much, Monica. Could you just tell the time taken by all the evaluators, please?
Yeah, sure. So the time taken by the evaluators, like Toastmaster Shweta has taken 1 minute 53 seconds. Toastmaster Gaurav has taken 3 minute 29 seconds. Toastmaster Rupal has taken 1 minute 51 seconds. Toastmaster Satya has taken 3 minute 20 seconds. Distinguished Toastmaster has taken Toastmaster Pinky has taken 3 minute 29 seconds. Toastmaster Meenakshi has taken 3 minute 10 seconds. So all are were within a time and all has qualified for the voting.
I Pinky feels that she was saved just by a whisker, right, Pinky? Fantastic.
This happens with me every time when I'm giving a speech. It's just by 1 or 2 seconds.
I think good articulators, they take up time with their pauses and with their voice modulations. That's where I feel even I miss out on, when the clock is ticking actually. And yes, I am now going to shift to the normal mode of prepared speeches. As we all know over here for the benefit of our guests, let me tell you what happens in a meeting of Toastmasters. A Toastmasters meeting is generally divided into 3 segments. The first one being that of prepared speeches, the second one being that of a table topics round, which actually is extempore speech, where a topic is given to you and you are requested to speak on it on the spot. And the last segment is general evaluation. General evaluation actually means each and every role is evaluated, a constructive feedback is given to improvise upon it, and also the quality of the meeting that has been conducted is scrutinized, and then advices are given so that we can all learn from it and implement it. So today, before I begin my prepared speeches round, due to time constraint, we will not be having table topics round. I would like to introduce my tag team. A Toastmaster of the day generally isn't alone, which tells us a very big thing, that nothing is a one-man show. Let me introduce my timer, Toastmaster Monica. Toastmaster Monica, over to you.
The person. Thank you, Toastmaster Kalpana. So good evening, everyone. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. Today I'm playing the timer role. So as a timer, it's my duty to time for prepare speech, table topics, and evaluation. As said, we are not having table topics today. So for the prepared speech, the time allotted is varied as per the project. For example, we generally we have time for icebreaker as 4 to 6 minutes. For the evaluations, the time allotted is 2 to 3 minutes. Speaker must meet the specific time limit to qualify for the votings. And I will display the green card at minimum qualifying time, yellow card at midpoint, and red card at maximum qualifying time till the end of the speech. For the prepared speech and evaluation, there is a 30 seconds of grace period. So it is before the minimum qualifying time and after the maximum qualifying time. All the speakers who continue to speak beyond the 30-second grace period not allowed for the voting. So this is my intro. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Monica. So time is, timeless. So, but at the same time, it is very important. I will now call upon my second help, the R counter. And today's R counter is managed by, he has just joined us. This is his first meeting, and I appreciate his absolute patience. And he is none other than Priyavrat Kumar. Priyavrat, the stage is yours.
Hi, I'm audible.
Yes.
Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I'll listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I'll also listen for filler sounds, including and I'll also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase, such as I, or this means. At the end of this meeting, I report the number of times that each speaker has used these expressions. Thank you, Toastmasters. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you so much, Priyavrat. And Grammarian, the last arm of mine, Shubham. Toastmaster Shubham, are you there? Grammarian Toastmaster Shubham. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shubham. Could you just tell the rules very quickly?
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guest. I'm the grammarian for the day. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any incorrect usage of grammar, as well as any good usage of words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word of the day is upbraid, which means to scold. Sentence: the teacher upbraided the class after discovering the chalkboard erasers had been clapped all over the walls. I repeat, the word of the day is upbraid. Phrase of the day is wet behind the ears. This phrase is used for someone who is very young, naive, and unexperienced. A usage of that in a sentence is, I can't believe they decided to promote Lisa. If you ask me, I think she is still wet behind the ears. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give my report when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Shubham, for that. I think when I joined Toastmasters, I was a little wet behind the ears, especially when it came to handling the meetings and also giving my first speech. So, yes, this is my tag team. And now we are moving on to the speaker. My today's speaker is Gaurav, but the evaluator of Speaker Gaurav is Toastmaster Vasudev. Toastmaster Vasudev. Toastmaster Vasudev. Thank you, Vasudev.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Speaker today is attempting a level 1 project from their pathway. The purpose of the project is for the speaker to learn and review basic methods of writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Timer, please note that the timing guidelines for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you, and back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vasudev. Let me now, could the Zoom master kindly highlight our speaker, please? Toastmaster Gaurav. Yeah. Toastmaster Gaurav, could you just say that today is a pleasant evening? You're on mute, Toastmaster Gaurav. Could you unmute yourself?
Today is a pleasant evening.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gaurav. Now, you are audible as well as visible. Can you see the timer cards?
I think I should pin.
They are changing colors. It's white now. You can pin them in otherwise. Pin them on
I
your
can
screen.
see.
You can see them? Fantastic. All right. Toastmaster Gaurav, the go-giver's path to stratospheric success. The go-giver's path to stratospheric success. Toastmaster Gaurav.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. And good evening to my fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Today, I stand before you with a heart filled with gratitude and a story to share, inspired by thoughtful lesson I have recently learned from a remarkable book, The Go-Giver, by Bob Berg and John David. This book has been deeply resonated with me, highlighting the significance of adopting go-giver attitude and implementing the 5 laws of stratospheric success. So, who all would like to get the essence of this book? I'm sure you all. So, let me start with the 5 laws of stratospheric success, which has been defined in this book. The first law, the law of value, teaches us that our true worth is defined by how much more we give in value than we take in payment. The second law, the law of compensation, reveals that our income is not merely reflection of our efforts, but rather a measure of how many people we serve and how well we serve them. The law of influence is the third law. Reminds us that our influence is determined by how abundantly we place others' interest before our own. The law of authenticity is the fourth law. Reinforces the idea that most valuable gift we can offer is ourselves. Authenticity means being true to our core values and principles, sharing our unique gift with the world. Lastly, the law of receptivity teaches us the importance of being open to receive the abundance the life has to offer. So this was the summary of the book. So I would like to share here a story which is related to this book and which is my own story. Recently, I was traveling a long distance train, and as I was getting down from the train, I heard a delicate elderly couple calling for assistance. Their distress was tangible, and I could not ignore the appeal for help. I approached them and asked where they need to go in Mumbai. And to my surprise, they replied, Bhandup, the same place I come across, or I call it as home. With a smile, I assured them not to worry and promised them to guide safely to their destination. I helped them to purchase the local train ticket, to help them to carry their luggage, escorted them to board the local train, and ensured they get down at Bhandup station safely. To complete the journey, I have held a auto rickshaw to take them home. As I was part away, the elderly gentleman looked in my eyes and said, "Young man, today our son couldn't come to pick up at the station, but you didn't allow us to feel his absence. We will never forget what you have done for us today. We pray the Almighty that you achieve all the success in life and reach greater heights." Their gratitude was immeasurable, and their blessings were heartfelt. In that moment, I realized deep impact that go-giver attitude and the 5 laws of stratospheric success can have on our life. In conclusion, let us all remember that a life driven by giving is life well lived. As we go forward, let's strive to go-giver embracing the 5 laws of stratospheric success and making a positive difference in the lives of others. Remember, true success is not measured solely by what we receive, but by what we give. So let us give generously, love unconditionally, and live purposefully, knowing that in doing so, we can truly change the world. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Toastmasters of the day. Thank you.
A huge round of applause to Toastmaster Gaurav. I just have received a message from General Evaluator. He has had to leave for some reason. He has given us his written report, but since he is not there, I'll just continue the role of a General Evaluator. All right. And at the end, read out the points that he has shared in the role players group itself. But before that, let me continue with this meeting. We have got only one prepared speech as the second speaker had to drop out for personal reasons. And I am now taking this forward to the third round, that is the general evaluation round. May I now call upon my tag team, timer Monica. Could you tell me the time taken by, may I now call upon the evaluator of Toastmaster Gaurav, Toastmaster Vasudev. Toastmaster Vasudev, the stage is yours.
The art of giving is a valued attribute for us all and is part of the human story from many years. We have so many great stories of great donors and people of philanthropy who have contributed to the world that established this concept. And through your speech of go giving, you prove that once again that this timeless principle is at the heart of being a good person. A very unique speech and a very powerful concept to start with, and therefore I congratulate you on that. Further, I would like to also mention that you have achieved the objective of your speech, as you had to deliver a speech with a purpose. And you gave that very clearly as you described the book of Go Giving and explained the various rules and stipulations that are behind these principles. You also told the story of the elderly couple whom you helped, and that also further established. It is one thing to talk about a concept and theorize about it, but when you say an actual story, when you give an actual example from your life, it helped me connect with it at a personal level, and it gave me evidence of what you are talking about. That being said, all good speeches always require some improvement. Within Toastmasters also, it is a very favorite phrase that feedback is the breakfast of champions. And so some areas of improvement for you. The first is that you had a very formal opening. You greeted everyone and then you said that you will tell a story. Instead of that, try to give a little bit of a twist. Just jump into it, right? Just like how you're learning to swim, just jump into the deep end with a story. And then ask the audience members to guess what you're talking about. Can you tell what is the name of the book? What is the name of the authors? What this does is that it gives you an immediate click with your audience. There will always be someone sitting at the back or maybe sitting at the side who would probably be disconnected. And when you have these elements of trivia and quiz, you'll awaken them, get their attention, and you'll have audience engagement. So as much as verbal communication is important, non-verbal is also important. Building up upon that non-verbal communication side, throughout your speech, you had a steady tone. And while consistency is good, in speech, consistency is a bad thing. While you're speaking, if you would manage your tone, if you will increase it at places, reduce it at certain other times, that will help you express emotions, and that would also help you break the monotony in a speech. So all in all, a good speech achieved the objective of your speech. You had a very good concept to talk about that you elaborated on. If you focus on having a twist at your start and manage your vocal variety, you would obviously be able to take your speech to a further level. Thank you, and back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Vasudev. And that brings me to the tag team report. Timer Monica, can you give the time of the speaker as well as evaluator, Vasudev? Monica?
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Kalpana. So the timing reports, like Toastmaster, our speaker, Toastmaster Gaurav, has taken 6 minutes 20 seconds, and his evaluator, Toastmaster Vasudeva, has taken 3 minutes 25 seconds.
Okay. Fantastic. That was really almost well within time. And we are now coming down to our counter report. Yes, Priyavrat, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Thank you, Priyavrat.
I've created this report on an Excel sheet. Should I
Thank
share
you so
that?
much, Priyavrat. Could you just share it with us, or you can, Monica, could you give him the sharing rights, please?
I can share my screen.
Toastmaster Priyavrat, yeah, you can share.
For the speaker, Gaurav, there were 4 so's. I think he was starting a sentence with a so. So I don't know how to judge that. I just counted that. And 2 times he dragged his sentence, and 4 times he did repetition of some kind or some other words. And for Vasudev, there were 2 R's. That's it. And before that, I have that. Because this is somewhat contextual, so I made some, contextual remarks.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Priyavrat. That was really well done. And I am glad that you executed your role quite well. And that come down to grammarian. But before I call out the grammarian, let me tell you that in Toastmasters, there is no unbraid, right? You're not being scolded for anything. So there is always upgrading, not unbraid. So every feedback is to be taken positively so that we are no longer wet behind the ears. And with that, I now hand over the stage back to our grammarian for his grammarian report. Yes, Shubham, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Kalpana. I don't have much points to say. So some bad usage were, it should be traveling in a long distance train. And the other is, I hired an auto rickshaw. Some good quotes that was used, The first one is, a life filled with giving is life well lived. Second is, feedback is the breakfast of the champion. That's it from my end. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So with this, since education session was our main aim, we still accommodated speakers as it is. We all need to have some part of a normal meeting. And the first thought that came to our mind was to let the speakers continue and complete their levels. So yes, this meeting was actually a combination of an education session as well as a normal meeting. We might have probably gone overboard with our time, and hence, since our general evaluator had other engagements, he has left us, but not before giving his own general evaluation report. I'm going to read it out. It is also there on the role players group for all the role players to go through it, but for the record, I'm going to read it out too. This is what General Evaluator DTM Nathan has to tell us. Thanks for today's engrossing meeting. Have to leave since there is a meeting with the client at 5:45 p.m. GE report so far. The meeting began at 15:36 p.m., but SAA opened the meeting enthusiastically, covering all aspects. Would have loved to hear 2 lines of introduction about the presiding officer before handing it over. The same goes for presiding officer about the team mode. Guests were introduced nicely, and kudos to the team for organizing a wonderful educational session by DTM Avinash, and it seemed that it was an instant mock evaluation contest. That was what we had aimed for, to give our new members an experience as to what a competition will look like. With the perspective contestants, and it was in the mock evaluation contest, the perspective contestants got a good practice. A little more planning would have helped time management. I agree with that. Overall, a good going, and our best wishes for future meetings and the evaluation contest. Thank you. I thanked DTM Ramanathan for giving us such a comprehensive evaluation of the meeting. And now I hand over the stage back. And since I think, Monica, since we have had just one speaker, and it was just a part of a meeting that we had organized, I would suggest that let's skip any polls for today. Is that fine, Monica?
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
yeah.
Okay. So I hand it over back to you, Monica. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kalpana. And special thanks to distinguished Toastmaster Avinash for conducting very insightful and very informative session about the evaluation. I just thought like it would be like a presentation or something, but yeah, it was a very engaging session with a mock contest, and would love to see you like in our all the meetings, in all upcoming meetings, and have your valuable and insightful feedbacks for our meeting. And thank you, Toastmaster Kalpana, for conducting the session very well. It was like flow was very engaging, and like the breakout rooms and all the things that it was like great idea and help to conduct our mock contest very well.
I would like to suggest over here, DTM Avinash had given this option apart from the option of an education session. And I think the idea, the origin of the idea belongs to him. And a huge round of applause. Monica, he's still here. You can just take this opportunity to thank him. I'm so glad he has stayed back.
Yeah,
Please thank him, Monica.
Yeah.
Avinash, if you are listening to us, you can just switch on your camera. We would really like to give you a huge round of applause.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Avinash.
Avinash.
Thank you.
DTM Avinash came up with a wonderful idea, and I just couldn't resist it. And I just went on and on requesting people to join in so that we can make it a huge success. Thank you so much, DTM Avinash.
Most
Yes,
welcome.
ma'am.
Thank you so much, DTM Avinash. And now next, our like distinguished Toastmaster Pinky. Thank you so much being here in our meetings today. I think I remember I had seen you like when when our club had a educational session on TED tax, or like something about TED tax. Yeah, I remember. So it's a like very pleasure to see you again in our meetings. Hi, Toastmaster, like speaker, our speaker Toastmaster Gaurav has a very wonderful speech today, and his speech was like second speech, but yeah, he's a very good speaker, I can say. Thank you, Toastmaster Vasudeva, for taking up the role of the evaluation. All the points like would help Toastmaster Gaurav to improve and leverage his next speech.
No issues. Happy to be part of the meeting.
Thank you. And thank you, Toastmaster Priyavat, for taking up the role and your heads up. It's your first time. Still, you did a very wonderful job. And Toastmaster Kumar, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining us today. Please, may I have your introduction? Yeah, you're on mute.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
My name is TM Kumar. TM is not Toastmasters, T Mahindra Kumar.
Oh.
TM. I'm a charter member of my club, the Kulwang Toastmasters Club, chartered in 1989.
Oh, that's wonderful. 1989 makes us oh, fantastic.
It's very old.
Kalpana, were you born?
Huh?
Were you born then?
1989, I don't want to reveal my age. But I would very much like to say, yes, I was born. I did exist in this world.
You have a beautiful smile.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kumar, for joining us today. And would love to see you in our next meeting. Please stay tuned.
Do keep me informed of your meeting days and...
Yeah. Yes, sure. Our meeting is on 17 September. So please stay tuned.
Malaysian time or Indian time?
Yes.
It's always on Sunday between 3:30 to 5:30.
Indian time?
Yes, it is
Yes,
IST. 3:30, 5:30 Sunday. Yeah.
Indian Standard Time, huh?
Yes. Now, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vasundhara, for like being like till the end of the meeting. And thank you each everyone. Your like presence brought a very shine to our meeting, and I would love to see this shine in our all the meetings. So with this, I would like to close Speakers Community Toastmaster Club meeting today. Thank you.
Thank you.